Hello, dear science and technology enthusiasts. I hope your day is going well. Let's look at our topic today without further ado. Have a good time. The Belgian government halted a 5G trial earlier this year over concerns over radiation. Switzerland is following the dangers posed by the 5G network. A member of the UK House of Commons has warned Parliament of the unintended consequences of promoting to 5G. Fears about 5G have become common. But the starting point of these fears is not based on reality. If you examine the claims behind these fears, you will discover some really crazy conspiracy theories. Some people claim that 5G is at the same wavelengths as guns. Even, they claim it was used by the military to intimidate the enemy. Some claim that the shorter wavelengths used in new generations of cell phone infrastructure have never been tested, and that is why we are the guinea pigs of this technological experiment. In general, claims for the harms of 5G are not much different from gay frog theories. Some conspiracy theorists claim that governments put various chemicals in city water and chemicals make frogs gay. You will be relieved to learn that none of these claims are true. Howard Jones, head of technology communications at the UK's mobile network provider EE, recently explained to The Guardian newspaper. The wavelengths 5G uses and will use are completely safe and have been researched and tested for decades. Quote, "To say that this is a new technology and so it has not been tested is meant to divert people's attention." Quote, "There is quite a lot of fear of telephone networks. Many people probably can't even explain what 5G is. So let's take a quick look at what this technology really is. When you use your phone interacts with a nearby base station phone tower using radio waves. The base station is then connected again by radio waves to a core sugar. This network then transmits the information it receives and sends it back. Currently, if your phone is using 4G, the frequency band of these radio waves varies between 2.8 GHz. The base frequency is slightly higher than the 1.8–2.5 GHz used in 3G and may be slightly different depending on your region. There are both pros and cons to using higher frequencies. The higher the frequency of a radio wave, the shorter this wave will be. Similar to sound waves, the shorter waves lose energy faster as they move and therefore the smaller the distance they cover. The area covered by the base station is called cell, and these are generally around 1 to 20 km wide. However, depending on how many phones are in the area, this amount may also be much smaller. At the weaker frequencies, one station covers a shorter area and therefore more stations are needed. But, shorter waves also mean that many more devices can be connected to a base station at once. The connection speeds that 5G will offer will be considerably higher than those currently used. One of the reasons why people worry so much about 5G is that this new network can support frequencies up to 300 GHz. However, various countries where this technology has emerged will be able to limit these frequencies in different ways. These higher frequencies are called millimeter wavelengths because their width is between 1 and 10 millimeters. Shorter waves with greater energy may seem dangerous at first glance, however, these concerns have no basis. Higher frequencies do not mean higher intensity, says Andrew Wood, who studies electromagnetic biological effects at Swinburne University in Australia. This is like comparing blue light with red light. These are different wavelengths. At the 26 GHz frequency of 5G, the radio wave is absorbed by the outer layers of the skin, does not enter the brain tissue. There are nerve endings on the skin that will alert when overexposed. Quote, Wood. As part of his research, it uses advanced computer modeling to estimate the absorption of radio frequency in various parts of the skin. Since shorter wavelengths do not penetrate as much as longer ones, this also means that 5G base stations will be placed closer together. People who are concerned about the constant radio waves around don't seem to like it. Philip Branch of Swinburne University of Technology explains. Another important change that comes with 5G is that most of the operations carried out on the base station in the past will be centralized. Dealing with high-density devices and running complex operations requires a great deal of computing power. Instead of having this done by every base station, raw data will be transported to a central location and processed there. Quote, "So why are people so afraid? Fear of electromagnetic radiation. Radiation is nothing new. The simplest explanation for this situation, with the advent of 5G technology, decades of old concerns people have had about the technology are re-emerging. These worries appear in a new guise. The public exposure to these radio waves will be far below the limits set by the International Regulatory Agency of WHO, ICANIRP," Wood says. The prevalence of mobile phones has increased from 0 in the early 80s to more than 90% now, moreover, without any noticeable change in brain cancer rates. However, experts say that there may be a resource that could perhaps but only perhaps be held responsible for this increase in 5G phobia. He states that the source is Russia. According to one theory, the Russians want to delay the introduction of 5G in the West so that their technology is not lagging, Wood says. I am waiting for your comments on the subject. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all. See you in the next video. Take care.